Good afternoon, my name is Rob. We're out here at Tier 1 group and we're going to be covering the fundamentals of pistol marksmanship. So if you guys have already watched our carbine class, you'll notice that a lot of this is going to be very similar to the carbine fundamentals. We're going to start off from the bottom. Sid here is going to be helping us out. He's going to take a wide and aggressive stance. He wants his feet a little bit more than shoulder width apart, or at least shoulder width apart. He's going to have a slight bend in his knees, and that's going to put his knees over his feet. From there, from working our way up from his hips, he's going to rotate his shoulders forward as he presents his gun out. So this gives him a shoulders over knees, knees over feet stance. This puts the majority of his weight on the balls of his feet, helps controlling the recoil. Now, if you notice with Sid's grip, it's going to be high up on the pistol. This is where all the action is happening with the pistol, the recoil spring and recoil spring guide rod, and you want to make sure that you're controlling this. It's going to help reduce the muzzle flip. On this side of the gun, what he's doing with the support hand is he's actually locking his wrist out, extending his support hand thumb along the receiver of the pistol. This does two things for us. This helps control the muzzle flip for accurate, fast follow-on shots, and it also helps us with a somewhat of a point aiming technique. If you're in a low light, no light environment, if I'm pointing my thumb at the target or adversary and I marry up my hands and put the pistol in there, well, the barrel is in line with my thumb, therefore I'm kind of aligned already. All I have to do is get that side alignment and sight picture for those fine point accurate shots. Sid, if you will, go ahead and reholster, please. You notice that before he draws his gun, once he gets in his good aggressive stance, he's going to establish his primary grip while the gun is already in the holster. He's going to get his firing hand high up in the backstrap for that beaver tail and the webbing in between his thumb and forefinger. When he breaks his retention device, when he comes together and he marries up his hand, he's going to marry up his hands high center chest. Depending on what eye dominance you are, whether you're a left eye dominant shooter or a right eye dominant shooter, with the pistol, it doesn't matter what hand you are. You just want to marry your hands up and bring the gun underneath that dominant eye. So if you're a right eye dominant or you're a left eye dominant. You notice where he put his hands together is similar to a clap position. You guys have been clapping your whole lives. It's natural. Once he brings his gun up and he puts his hands together, high center chest, from here he's going to punch the gun out. We're going to be working our eye sprints. You can only focus on one thing at a time. So he's going to be looking at the target and the front sight, the target front sight, doing that as many times as necessary as it is to drive that gun out and place accurate shots. Once he puts his finger on the trigger because he's out on target and he's ready to fire, he's going to roll through the trigger. It's a constant build up of pressure until the shots break. You guys have heard of a surprise break, not having a surprise break, or pulling the trigger into a wall and then creep through the wall. Once we start the trigger pull, we don't want to stop it. So it's a constant build up of pressure. Once he does that, he'll search and assess, follow through, get back in the holster. We're not in a race to get back in the holster. It's always a race to get out. It's never a race to get back. Once we pull this thing out, we start shooting it. It feels good. We like the feeling it gives us. We're going to shoot it until all the bad guys are gone. Once all the bad guys are gone, then we'll go back in the holster. That pretty much does it for us out here at T1G for the pistol marksmanship. If you want to know more, come out to a class, leave a comment below, and we'll be sure to get back to you.